Nightbeat starts right now.
The Nightbeat, where were you during the solar eclipse? It was a special day for thousands across South Texas and the Hill Country who went and watched it. A recap of our coverage coming up. Also, how about that traffic? Yeah, if you got stuck in your car after the eclipse, yeah, you were in good company. You're going to hear from drivers who got caught up in the aftermath of the event. Plus, a church on the city's northwest side is closing after more than 7 decades of service. The reason behind the closure tonight on the Nightbeat. But first, we'll start here. The eclipse, it's over. Now that it's done, we're focusing on possible storms tomorrow during your morning commute. Meteorologist Sarah Spivey is here to time it all out for us.
Yeah, that's right, Stephania, especially tomorrow morning and then again tomorrow night. So in the morning, right around the time of the morning commute, we've got a 40% chance for some thunderstorms. So not everybody's going to see thunderstorms, but if you do, they could be strong or severe. We'll see a break in the rain tomorrow afternoon, but then again in the evening and overnight hours, another round of storms is possible. Hey, take a look at this time lapse. I went ahead and paused it right at the time of totality. You can see that the lights turned on there. It was 78 degrees for the high, a degree below the average. Coming up in the forecast, we're going to talk about the potentially stormy morning commute and then the other round of storms possible tomorrow night. And of course, the risk for potential severe weather with that hail, gusty winds, all possible. All of those details coming up. Stephanie.
Sarah, thank you. Tonight, Kirby police helped SAPD arrest a man who allegedly kidnapped a woman in San Antonio. According to Kirby police, around 4 this afternoon, a man broke into a woman's home and forced her into his car. Kirby police arrested the man on Borchers Drive near Loop 410. Now, investigators are telling us the woman got a hold of the man's phone and somehow she called her friend.
Quick thinking in that manner actually saved her life at this point. Her ability to kind of think ahead, even if it was not messaging 911 or calling 911, she was able to get information out to her friend, which our officer was standing, or the SAPD officer was standing by.
The Curry police chief is also telling us that the man and the woman were in a previous relationship. Gives us an opportunity to talk about domestic violence. If you or if someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, scan that QR code on your screen. It'll take you to a full list of resources that we have for you right now on KSAT.com. In other news now, you know we got to talk about this. It's the problem that TxDOT and law enforcement predicted. We're talking about post-eclipse traffic. Look at that. Look at all that right there. That was the gridlock along I-10 eastbound in Bernie around 3:20 this afternoon. That was nearly half an hour after the eclipse ended. And now we're going to show you the mess that drivers were still stuck in exactly 3 hours later. Look at that. Just bottlenecked right there. Now, tonight, there is good news. That traffic gone, and likely many of the people who came in for today's celestial event. The night team's Patty Santos spoke with visitors as they tried to get on the road to go back home.
We left 2 hours ago.
A family trip from Fredericksburg to Bernie took twice as long for the Curdy family after Monday's eclipse.
A little refreshment and bathroom break, and then we are on the way. Hopefully, it's going to get better.
The Starbucks off I-10 in Bernie was a good resting stop before continuing home to Houston.
It's not been the smoothest, but it's okay. You know, we're listening to music and
a lot of family time.
A lot of family time, yes. We're kind of rehashing the experience.
Ellen Gregg spent the day driving across the Hill Country looking for clear skies.
We did end up by Junction at a picnic area there, and that's where we were able to see 90 seconds of the totality.
Was it worth it?
Yes, absolutely.
But getting those few minutes means hours of travel.
I know that you guys are trying to get back on the road.
Yep.
When do you have to get home?
Well, we fly out tomorrow, but we have to return. We rented the camper, so we have to get that back tonight.
This was I-10 eastbound from Drone 12 around 5 p.m. As TxDOT expected, traffic was slow, but still moving.
Once the eclipse was done with is when we started seeing traffic, starting to build up. So it's been the congestion, it's been congested, but not as congested as we would have assumed.
Drivers were kept up to date online and via digital roadway signs.
We really appreciate folks paying attention to the messaging.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Okay, let's switch gears here for a second, because before the eclipse, many of us wondered how animals would react when it reached totality, right? Well, look at this. The San Antonio Zoo sent us this video. You can see the meerkats starting to huddle together before they ran into their burrows. Now, the zoo also sent us video of whooping cranes dancing just after the totality. Here's the thing, though. Normally, these animals don't act like this, but workers at the zoo say that it's possible their behavior is a coincidence. They can't say for sure whether it's related to the eclipse. Over at the Bexar County Courthouse, this was a special day for several couples who decided to tie the knot on Eclipse Day. We spoke with the first couple who got married at the courthouse, Isaac and Ava. You see them right there. And they tell us that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
We've wanted to get married for almost like half a year or so. We've kind of talked about it, but like we didn't have a day, and this day kind of gave us a purpose.
To experience something so absurd and so powerful and beautiful is kind of like a perfect thing to experience on this day.
Congratulations to Ava and Isaac. By the way, Judge Rosie Speedland Gonzalez officiated their wedding along with almost a dozen others today at the courthouse. So we talked a lot about what's been happening around San Antonio, but we didn't just limit ourselves to the city. You know, we had crews in Leon Springs all the way up to Fredericksburg. And here are some special moments from our coverage.
Oh, there it is! Benjamin, what did you think about what just happened?
I was like, oh, what is happening?
I cried. It was really dark and unlike anything that you'd find in Los Angeles where I live. And this camera broke right before. I couldn't figure out how to work this camera, so I didn't get a photo on this thing.
Well, I think there are probably plenty of photos out there, but you came all the way from LA for this?
Oh, wow. Yes.
Was it worth it?
Yes, totally.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh. This is the coolest event ever.
Oh,
I think it might be coming back.
It might.
The clouds are covering mostly the time, but then at the end, the clouds kind of opened up and we got to see the eclipse. I never seen one in my life, and I mean I've seen partial eclipse, but my first full eclipse. It was so cool.
I loved how excited everybody was, how happy they were. They were together, excited. Oh. Now, if you're wondering what to do with your eclipse glasses, well, here's an idea. Donate them. As long as they're not damaged, you have until April 30th to drop them off at Warby Parker at La Cantera. From there, they'll be sent to the group Astronomers Without Borders, and that group will be sending the glasses to students in underprivileged countries. We have more information over on KSAT.com. We just mentioned students, but, you know, some tough decisions are in the future at San Antonio ISD. That's at least the word from the superintendent and board president. The district is right in the middle of budget workshops for its 2024-2025 budget. Now, SAISD said in a release tonight that it is considering several options, and that includes eliminating openings, freezing non-mission critical openings at the central office, restructuring district-level staff, and possibly reducing workday calendars and or programming. As you know, the district is already closing 15 schools for what it's calling its right-sizing plan. SAISD says it's also going to review its programs and its services over the next several months. The board is scheduled to approve its final budget for the 2024-2025 school year this June. In other news now, a judge is giving prosecutors more time to hand over video evidence in the case of a man accused of shooting 3 San Antonio police officers. We're talking about Jesse Garcia. In August of 2023, Garcia was out on bond when officers tried to arrest him for violating the terms. While police chased him, that's when Garcia allegedly shot at the officers. He faces multiple counts on several charges, including aggravated assault of a peace officer. Tonight, a 13-year-old boy is facing several charges after he allegedly admitted to shooting and killing a man over the weekend. 13 years old. According to SAPD's police report, the teenager is accused of killing 65-year-old Muhammad Khan Pazir during a carjacking. Happened Saturday in the parking lot of a Walmart on Blanco Road near Wurzbach Parkway. SAPD says the teen admitted to shooting Pazier after he and 3 others were arrested that same day. The teen is facing several charges, including capital murder. Now, police are not identifying him tonight because he's a minor. Now we're getting a closer idea as to who's going to qualify for President Biden's new student loan forgiveness program. This latest round of it, the White House says the new policies target specific groups like the people who owe more than what they originally borrowed because of interest. It also includes people who enrolled in those low financial value programs.
Because even if they get by, they still have this crushing debt. That's not it's not just a drag on them. It's a drag on our local economies. It's a drag on, no, it really is.
It's a lot of stuff to iron out. Those proposals still need to be finalized. That could take months. President Biden says this could wipe out $5 grand in debt for 10 million people. We want you to stick around. We've got so much to talk about. Coming up, a San Antonio church closing after nearly 80 years of service on the Northwest Side. But you can do something to help that congregation find a new home. And that's up next. Also, I can't believe we're talking about this, but yet another Midair scare. The FAA investigating after a malfunction on a Southwest Airlines flight. You're going to see what went wrong and how the airline is responding. It's after the break. Yeah, not something you want to hear when your flight's just taken off, right? And this is also not something that you want to see either. That would make me nervous. That's the cover coming off of an engine on a Southwest flight that was going from Denver to Houston. Now, that pilot quickly turned the plane around and safely landed back in Denver. And tonight, the FAA is investigating how the engine's cover came loose and also hit the flaps of the wing.
There are 3 cowling latches that hold that cowling in place. So it appears that either one of those was not left latched properly or the mechanical piece itself failed.
Yeah. Southwest Airlines releasing a statement apologizing to passengers, also adding that safety is their top priority and that maintenance teams are going to be reviewing that aircraft. After 78 years of ministry, this San Antonio church, right here, you're about to see it, it's closing. Pastor at Jefferson Community Church says that her congregation fell behind on bills like rent, and she spoke with the night team's John Paul Barajas about what that church meant to people on the Northwest Side.
It makes me very proud that we have such deep roots in the community.
It's a long trip down memory lane to 1946, the year the church once known as Jefferson Methodist first opened its doors.
It's going to leave a big hole. It's going to leave a big gap, and I'm filled with sadness for the loss.
Now, 78 years of service is coming to an end, leaving church members with only memories and friendships.
Our last service was on Easter Sunday, and it was a really beautiful service. It was a really sad service because we all knew this was the last time we would gather in this building for worship.
Pastor Olivia Downen Walker says the congregation got smaller over the years. The church brought in less money and fell behind on bills, including rent to the United Methodist Church Conference. Jefferson disaffiliated from the UMC in 2019.
They voted to disallow LGBTQ members of the church from serving as clergy or from serving as staff members or board members. And we just kind of felt like that was a huge step backwards in history. And we wanted to be in a church that was progressive.
The courts ruled the United Methodist Conference owned the property. As Jefferson Community Church, the congregation would pay nearly $700 a month in rent and $25,000 in compensation for leaving the Methodist Conference.
We had enough from our tithes that we could, keep the doors open, but we didn't have enough that we could set aside to make that balloon payment.
Jefferson was asked to vacate its building at the beginning of March. Its food pantry, weekly community dinner, and community closet will close as well.
There are a lot of people that I don't see anywhere else except here. And those are the people I will miss because we're all going to scatter.
The only thing we know right now is that we want to stay as close to this neighborhood as we can.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
So here's where you come in. The Jefferson community is going to host a sale on its thrift store items and leftover furniture. That's going to happen this Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. All the money that they raise there is going to go towards finding the church a new home. All right. Live cam, live look outside right now, 74 degrees. I don't know what it is, but it just feels different now that the eclipse is over. It's like, oh, now everything's nice and calm. But all right, but you did get some neat pictures, and we got to keep showing them.
Pictures. And let me tell you, this was a fun day to be a part of the community, to be out and about. Meteorologist me, Montgomery, and I were at Owie Elementary School in Leon Springs, and it was so cool to see those kids' excitements when the sky went dark. Here's a look at some of those pictures. You can see that this was out in Junction, so a good view there. I even really love that you can see kind of a bit of a solar flare. Gotta love it. Crystal City. Dog wearing glasses, pretty cute. And this is where we were at Owie with our mascot, Mike, the Mike. Get it? He even had his own solar eclipse glasses, which was really fun. And then finally, I love this picture from Peggy. It's out in Nelson City. You can see that diamond ring effect through, yes, some clouds. We did have the clouds today. And here's a look at the satellite imagery and the eclipse path. I love this because you can see the moon shadow passing over the nation right here through that path. Very cool to see it. And San Antonio and South Central Texas were one of the only areas that had really cloudy skies along that path. So that was the luck of the draw today, but it was still pretty cool to see those skies get dark. An upper level low created those clouds here, and it's actually created some storminess up near the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They're dealing with some severe weather. And speaking of storms, our chance for storms comes in the morning tomorrow during the morning commute. So please be aware of that. If you have plans to be out and about during the morning commute, give yourself a little extra time. In your backyard, there's only a 40% chance for storms, but it's still there. So keep that in mind. Storms are possible in the morning. A bit of a break in the rain during the midday hours, but then by the overnight hours, storms roll back in, a 40% chance. And it is that time of year where any storms that develop tend to become severe. Now, the highest risk for severe weather is in this orange area from north of San Antonio to Austin to Waco, and then out east toward Houston. But San Antonio still in this yellow area, 2 on a scale of 1 to 5 when it comes to the risk for severe weather. So it is still possible to see some damaging wind gusts and some hail with any storms that develop. Showing you the futurecast now. This is tomorrow morning, pre-dawn, just before the morning commute. We will see some storms out there, and then again a brief break in the rainfall before the potential for additional showers and storms closer to midnight tomorrow into early Wednesday morning. So 2 rounds in the morning and then another one late tomorrow night. Looking at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, 40% chance for storms in the morning. As we head into the afternoon, we'll see plenty of sun. It's going to be a warm day too, a high of 87 in San Antonio, and then the other round of storms possible in the late evening hours. Even hotter out to the west. Take a look at these temperatures out west. 93 Del Rio, 92 Eagle Pass, forecast high of 96 in Laredo. And then another round of storms possible tomorrow night. The remainder of the week, though, starting on Wednesday, is going to be pretty calm and quiet. We're going to be looking at temperatures in the morning in the upper 40s, low 50s on Thursday morning, with a high right near 80 degrees and low humidity. Stephanie.
All right. Sarah, thank you. All right, so the Spurs, they fought up until the very end. Our Larry Ramirez is going to be here with your sports report on the other end of this break.
Wish I could have had that wedge shot back there. I backed off a couple times. There was a bug on my ball and some noise in the stands, and a bug jumped back on my ball. I probably should have backed away again, but...
My goodness. Of all the things.
I thought I could kind of just not let it distract me, and maybe it did a little.
Danny McCarthy's shot into the water during a sudden death playoff opened the door for Akshay Bhatia to win the Valero Texas Open in big board sports. The 76ers are playoff bound. The Spurs are not. Still, San Antonio gave Philly all they can handle last night, taking them to double overtime. The Spurs led by as many as 13 points. The Sixers 14. We had 11 lead changes and 9 ties. I mean, it was a fun game. Unfortunately, the Spurs lost 133-126 in double OT. With 4 games left, the Spurs will continue to battle.
We're always going to be competitive for sure, and we're looking at the big picture. You know, we have been eliminated from playoff contention a while ago, so it's always just been about continuing to get better this year, continue to try to build chemistry with each other, both offensively, defensively, make sure that we're working towards, the right things, building good habits, things like that we can carry out throughout the rest of the season, but into next year as well.
So Keldon Johnson accidentally took a bite out of Julian Champagne's forehead just above his left eyebrow. It happened in the second quarter after Julian gave the Spurs the lead with a 3-ball. Julian left the game to get patched up. He returned to play and finished with 17 points and teeth marks from Keldon.
Nah, it's a first for me. First for me. Especially by teammates first.
Can you explain his game plan there? Like, what was he trying to do there?
I don't know, man. I think he wanted that 3. So he kind of got a little mad at me and bit me. But nah, I mean, everybody knows Keldon, man. He's super energetic. It's definitely an accident. But he's gonna have to close his mouth around me from now on.
Well, good luck with that.
I'll just stay away from him.
And the Spurs will play at the Grizzlies tomorrow night at 7. Keldon is out with a left foot sprain, and Chetty Osman is out with a right ankle sprain. To win his first Valero Texas Open, Akshay Bhatia had to overcome Danny McCarthy and hurting his shoulder on the 72nd hole. Bhatia's left shoulder popped out during this celebration after he made birdie on the final hole in regulation to force a sudden death play-up. Now he popped it back in. Following his second shot on the 73rd hole, he left the course to get his left shoulder taped up before he could finish the round, win the VTO, and pocket a cool $1.65 million.
I was worried a little bit about my shoulder, and my caddy did a great job kind of reminding me, why are we here today? And he was awesome. He said some great quotes to me, and, he kept me in the moment. And it was, just icing on the cake, just being in the playoff, making that putt.
Tiger Woods had a big gallery during his practice round at Augusta National Golf Club ahead of the Masters tournament this week. Barring any setbacks, Tiger is set to make his 26th appearance at the Masters while seeking his 6th green jacket. And today's practice round also brought a solar eclipse over the famed golf course. While it didn't get totally dark there, fans said it did feel like they were looking through an Instagram filter, and you could feel the temperature dip slightly. Pro golfer Will Zalatoris snagged himself some souvenirs.
I found a couple of Masters Eclipse glasses, which I will be keeping those for absolutely the rest of my life. Those will be some collectibles that'll be in my office forever.
Is it getting better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What a quarter.
What a quarter. Get a pair of those.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
About 76.1% of the sun was eclipsed by the moon at Augusta, and course officials said fans in the area of Amen Corner probably would get the best view. The missions are on fire, plus an alien sighting after the break. In Major League Baseball tonight, the Astros doubled up the Rangers 10-5 to split that 4-game series with the champs. And the San Antonio Missions, well, they're off today, and that's too bad because they're hot right now. On Saturday, they hit 2 grand slams, one by Zach Rex in the 3rd inning in Amarillo. Then in the 9th inning, Ray Patrick Ditter went grand salami as San Antonio won 18-5. They swept the 3-game series with the Amarillo Sod Poodles, winning 12-5, 18-5, and 9-4. San Antonio will open a 6-game homestand with Northwest Arkansas tomorrow night at 7:05. And okay, we end with the alien. Today at 1:37 p.m. during the total eclipse, Nike Basketball posted this video on X using the eclipse to tease what is likely Victor Wembanyama's new logo. It's an alien inside a basketball along with 2 Nike swoosh logos. The video started off saying, "Somewhere in South Texas," and fans all across the board, a lot of Spurs ones, of course, excited about this.
Well, that is pretty cool.
It is, isn't it?
I like that. All right. Thank you. We'll be right back.
A potential for storms tomorrow morning and then again tomorrow night. We will be monitoring if they become severe or not. Otherwise, a quiet into the week with cool mornings and comfortable afternoons.
Fabulous. Have a wonderful night. Sleep sweet. We'll see you tomorrow.